Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel, Jala Sun Tarot, or welcome for the first time if this is your first time or not. I am super excited for you guys to be here regardless. My name is Kimberly, and let's get into it. So we are talking about this person that you are currently thinking about, and we're asking today, what are their most recent thoughts of you? What are their thoughts of you in this connection? We're going to get into as many details as we can possibly find. And I do have 3 pile selections or 3 groups for you guys to choose from today. So if this sounds like your reading, let's get into the pile selection. So for group 1, or for pile 1, we have this green chalcedony stone. And with your reading today, pile 1, we are using the Wild Reflections Tarot deck. So the Wild Reflections with the green chalcedony for group 1. For group 2, we have this dried out rose, but it's still pretty beautiful. Think of it as potpourri. And for your reading today, we will be using the Enchanted Forhaxa tarot deck. So group 2, we have the Enchanted Forhaxa with this rose. Okay, and finally, group 3, we have this black feather. Trying to get a good angle. And with your reading, group 3, we will be using the Lord of the Rings tarot deck. So the Lord of the Rings with the black feather for group 3. All right, guys, feel free to pause and take a moment if you need it as far as tuning into the energy. The window's open, so the city is alive in the background. So hopefully that won't interfere with our reading. But that being said, if you are ready to see your messages, then I'll meet you over there. Bye, guys. Group 1, welcome to your reading today. If you chose the green chalcedony stone and or the Wild Reflections tarot deck, then you're at the right place. And we are asking today about this person's thoughts, their recent thoughts of you. What are they thinking about? What is crossing their mind when they're thinking about you in the recent past, or I would even say the current energy? And remember, this is the timeless reading, so regardless of whenever you come across this, the messages should resonate at the right time. Spirit, thank you so much for coming through for the collective energy, as always. Again, the window's open. Let's give it one more shuffle. Spirit, thank you. As we're tuning into the energy, what do we need to see today? Hi, Mooney. Okay. Mooney. Moon is one of my cats. She's saying hi. All right, guys, let's get into it. What do we need to see, Spirit? This person on group 1's mind. This person group 1 is thinking about. What are their most recent thoughts about group 1? What are their most recent thoughts? So we have the Seven of Cups in the reversal coming through. What are the most recent thoughts of group 1? We have the Four of Pentacles. Death card is coming through, which is our first major arcana. It's an interesting looking card. Death card is number 13, of course. Scorpio energy. Ooh. This wanted to be upright. Page of Pentacles. Okay. So let's get our clarifiers, guys. What is this person's recent thoughts of you? I feel like they're daydreaming about something when it comes to you. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse coming through with the Seven of Cups in the reversal. We have the Eight of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles. Interesting combo. The King of Wands with Death card. What is this person's most recent thoughts? The Hierophant. And bottom of the deck energy is Queen of Cups. Okay. So I feel like there's some positive messages, but again, I'm not sure what type of connection this is or what's going on with you and this person. So that is subjective, but it does feel as though this person's most recent thoughts is them, something is changing with how they are viewing this connection and how they are viewing you. I feel as though something within them is building, and it could feel like passion. There's something being transformed. To kind of start with Death and the King of Wands, and you know, we only have 2 major arcana out, so this could feel like a very new type of connection, or someone that you haven't known for long, but something in their life has transformed in a very major way, whether you are responsible for that change or not. Death could be about, you know, something between you and them could have ended, and it could also just be a way of how they're thinking about things. So again, it's going to relate to each of you differently in a way, but I don't think that this is, now it could be though, for a few of you, this could be, you know, an indicator that you and this person are no longer together, but that might not be for everyone, because I'm getting more of a transformative energy. You see the whirl of, let's say, a tornado. We see the horses, and it's kind of like wild horses running around this person, but look at how calm this person looks. Not sure if you could see the face expression, but they look really calm. And it's almost as though they are building the energy from this storm into what they want to see happen in real life. So if we're looking at this symbolically, it could be them, you know, whatever storm or emotional rupture has occurred within them, it is creating some sort of movement, I think, is what they are recently thinking about, as far as wanting to move forward in your direction. I do feel too, with the King of Wands coming through, it's giving a little bit of that passionate energy where they are, again, ready to make some sort of move. I'm looking at the imagery of these lights coming through the storm surrounding the horses, and it's the same sort of wand imagery you're getting in the King of Wands wand. So, but also this person looks very serious and calm, just like they look when they're in the middle of this storm with all these wild horses surrounding them. So whatever it is that occurred, whether it's between you and this person, or if this is something that they're thinking about that might be something outside of you, it is like kickstarting. It's like a catalyst for them wanting to move in your direction. Now, I do want to think about, I guess I should say, the messages came earlier and it came in my mind and I was thinking about it as I was shuffling, but The imagery of the pentacles, where one person over here with the Page of Pentacles is in the grass with the swirl of these lights. And it's like they're looking at this sunflower and daydreaming, imagining, fantasizing, and kind of a little preoccupied, where they're in their head, I'm feeling as well. Now, the Page of Pentacles is earth energy. That could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So whether your person is male or female, I am getting a little bit of that earth energy. We're also getting the Wands energy, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. So the feeling, okay, so to go back to the sunflower imagery that was coming through strong. So this person is laying down, holding this flower. Now, in the Four of Pentacles, it's like the group of flowers. It's almost like this person is hoarding these flowers. It's valuable to them. It's meaningful. It's delicate. They don't want anything to happen to these particular flowers. Four of Pentacles usually implies someone valuing something. And in this reading, I feel as though what they're valuing and the recent thoughts that they're having is focusing on what they may not have done. So, for example, we got it with the Eight of Pentacles. So it's the feeling of shoulda, woulda, coulda. Did I not do this? Did I not work for it? Did I let group one, am I letting group one slip through my fingers? Is this really an end? Now, for those of you where this person didn't mess things up, it could just be this person is overthinking things or having a difficult time wanting to put in energy. For whatever reason, they could be hoarding their own energy and not, it seems as though for some of you, not for everyone, because I think the majority of you guys, this person is reliving stuff that already you and this person have experienced. So I think with this imagery of the sunflowers, to go back to that, is what they could have done better, what they want to do moving forward, and the feeling of, did I mess things up already? Okay, so that's coming in. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse with the Seven of Cups in the reversal. Reverse, reversed, reversal, however you want to say it. But I feel as though this is feeling where someone is thinking about like the overwhelming, this person feels like they might be overwhelmed in some degree, where like option overload. I'm wondering if they sabotaged in some way. Especially if this is like a beginning connection or, you know, where things are not going as smooth as it should. This person could also be withholding an offer, even though you might be the only option, which seems like you are. But again, with the King of Wands, you never know because they are very passionate people. But I do feel like with the Hierophant coming through, and it's giving more so of they are thinking about commitment, but they're not offering it to you right out the gate. So if this is a newer relationship, that makes sense. Also with the Seven of Cups in the reversal, this could be them making a choice, taking a step and getting less overwhelmed. You know, if this person had a lot of options, never really settled down. King of Wands could be someone that is a passionate person, male or female. So at one point they could have been dating or having a lot of different external, like a lot of different flowers that they were hoarding without really laying down and working toward a actual beautiful foundation. So I feel like they're thinking about all of this. Now, how it resonates or relates specifically to you and them, I feel as though they're looking at you with wanting to make a move, if they're not already, okay? Instead of the ace, we're coming through with the page. It's going to be someone that's more subtle. It's going to be slow to action. the earth energy or the pentacles energy is going to usually be, it's the slowest energy out of all suits, you know? But with it coming out with the Hierophant, it's going to be slow, but it's going to be sure. You know, there's not going to be a doubt. There's not going to be confusion. This person is wanting to move forward fast, but they're not. They're going to take it slow. And that could also be something they're changing. They may have rushed into connections in the past. It may have, like, I'm getting the message where they could have started things that fizzled out. You know, if things are so hot and intense, it's going to fizzle out, you know? Unless you're a twin flame, and then good luck. You got to neutralize that somehow. But jokes aside, it's the energy of them wanting to pace themselves so that it's not a whirlwind, tornado, crazy, chaotic, you know, passionate, short-lived experience. I feel like they're looking more toward the long term with the Hierophant. Something more caring, something more sacred, something more solid, something more grounded, stable. This is card number 17. I'm sorry. It looks like the 17. It's not. It's card number 5. 17 is the star. But anyway, but that could, you know, okay, maybe there was a reason why I saw 17 instead of 5, where this person could feel as though you might be a wish fulfillment, where they are pausing at this point and whatever it is that they usually are up to when it comes to others and options and people, it's like they're finally taking a moment. Because if they are looking at you like the Queen of Cups, you are beauty as a human being, you know what I mean? Like your soul is beautiful, you're loving, you're caring, you're joyful. Like even just the imagery of how light and graceful this Queen of Cups looks, you know, just completely present in nature. And I feel as though this is giving the energy where they are thinking about you in a serious way, where they may not have had options in the past that made them feel this way. Okay, hang on, guys. Let me open my. Okay, I had to open my closet. It's Moon wanted to get in there. All right, so I'm now noticing also the 3 of Swords and the reversal. There could have been some sort of healing that's involved with this person. They might be thinking about the past. Again, if you and this person don't have a past with one another, this could be where this person, where the Death card is coming in, where they are leaving something in the past. It could be someone specific. It could be a phase of their life where they had those type of options. It could be them releasing the need to have quantity versus quality. And that might not be for everyone, guys. Okay? But again, the King of Wands could be, it. You know, they're the most passionate king in the deck. It's fire energy. So if that's not the type of person they are, this also represents like how they're feeling for you, you know? And it could be both as well. All right, I want to get into the Oracle so we could get some more detail. We're starting with the Truth Oracle. Spirit, what do we need to see? What else? Their thoughts. Now, if you're still here, then I'm guessing that this is a newer connection. Someone that you really haven't been in a relationship with, but this is how this person is starting to think about you in a serious way. So I'm curious what else is going to come through. The Truth. We're going to get to the place. Should we get one more? Yeah. Boom. You're joking. Single, bottom of the deck energy, which is funny because we're getting and then we're getting commitment. And the funny thing about it is that's kind of what the energy is feeling, like a transformation. This person is like headed toward a new phase. And it could be that that's just generally where they are, or something about you is making them consider a different sort of experience when it comes to connections. All right, so let me just organize things. We have commitment, single. We have rest. Gosh, I'm just feeling the imagery of the Queen of Cups. We have taboo and trash. As I hear sirens getting louder in the background. So this person could still be in their head, which they are. I mean, we got that imagery of someone on the ground, kind of maybe overthinking. And yeah, it might be some sweet thoughts involved as well, but anything in excess is not good for you. So I feel as though even if this person starts off by having those sweet thoughts, it could come back to them being a little bit too in their toxic minds. So I do feel like there is a lot of error energy coming through in the oracle right now. With trash, now it might not be for everyone, but this could be some of the things that they might be leaving behind. If they were in that phase of life where they were dating, they were having fun, they were, for some of them, maybe one night stands. Either way, I feel as though that's in the trash, like that phase in their life. I feel this is shifting. And something about taboo too. It's either taboo for you or for both of you. If this person, for example, has a reputation for being a little bit of a non-committal type, even though they want commitment when it comes to you, that could be where the, forbidden love is, where it's the taboo. Like, is this gonna go completely wrong? Or is this person right for me? And they're ready for commitment. Are they ready for this type of experience? So I do feel like they're pausing enough to think about it. And they're feeling that whirlwind of emotion, but they're getting to a sense of peace. And it could have a lot to do with your energy, because I feel like the energy that's coming through for you is someone that is already aligned in however that looks. Now, if that's not true, this is what this person thinks, that you are, living your best life. You are already in your higher self timeline. So I'm wondering if like this person is like, man, I gotta step up to this energy, this Queen of Cups. Again, whether you're male or female, it's the feeling of them also having emotions for you could feel a little different for them, a little taboo, where they may have led with their pleasure, their passion, as opposed to their emotional space. So this could be a little different, this connection, or you in general, making them see things a little differently. All right, let's get place. I think this is going to be interesting. The place oracle spirit. What are their most recent thoughts? Are they thinking these thoughts somewhere specifically? Is there any synchronicities? Are they on vacation? We're getting a lot of beach imagery. Did you guys meet on vacation? Do you guys live in a tropical area? Do you live by a body of water? That could just be confirmation. Also, this could be this person is like taking a little bit of a moment to themselves. And that could represent symbolically like a staycation in their mind as they are reflecting about you and whatever it is that's going on. We got a bustling hub. That feels like travel, to be honest. Ship now at the bottom of the deck. So take that as then that's very specific. That might not be for everyone. But we're getting roof, river. R's might mean something, or double initials. Roof, river. And notice how like the trajectory is still moving forward. I feel as though a lot of their thoughts are of the future, of forward action. I don't think they want to keep thinking about the past because it is feeling toxic to think about their mistake, depending on your connection with this person. Because if they mess things up, or if they came across to you as someone that is not committal, it probably was authentic, but I feel as though now they want you to look at them differently. Also, still getting the feeling of peace. And yet we have like busy beach and a busy, bustling hub. So you and this person could be around a lot of people at times, or this person could be a person that likes to socialize a lot, or, again, to go back to the imagery of just even at work, if they're working, they might be taking a symbolic staycation because they might have a lot of things or people in their external. And that could also create like overwhelm. If they are, for example, working like in a big a downtown office, there might be a lot of options that they come across. So that could be where the King of Wands energy used to be or was or is. But when you come along or when you came along, it feels a little different. They're seeing things from a higher perspective, especially like looking at these imageries. It does feel like, and the roof, we're at the higher point. So, okay, I want to move on to the Pantha, which I feel like I haven't used in a while, but I love using it for thoughts. Just want to see what comes out, what else, what other messages come through, Spirit, for what they are currently thinking about, their recent thoughts. Whoa, that was... Okay, we're going to stop there. Gift at the bottom of the deck energy. Overload. Justice. Evidence. Let me put this down. Schedule. What else do we have? Blessing. Memory. Okay, I don't know what my loneliness. Okay. So I'm feeling a little bit of the feeling where this person might work a lot. They may work with around a lot of people. And even if they didn't have other external options, this person could still have been single or independent for a very long time, just focusing on work. Now, justice is coming through. So I'm wondering for some of them, not for everyone, it could be that they are leaving something behind, or they are trying to create some sort of balance in their life, and especially when it comes to you and this connection. I feel as though a message that crossed my mind right now is that they hope that you're not looking for evidence against them. They don't want to scare you off. I do feel, though, that this person, they no longer are engaging in any sort of, like, there's no one else in their energy field. So even if they were dating, that is no longer the case. But I do feel like with loneliness, it could be that way, to go back to the feeling that a lot of them are busy at work. They might have to flirt or charm or be in that energy. They might be in customer service, for example, where they have to be that person. And it could feel where, when they are finally alone, they're feeling really that aloneness where they don't really have anyone. So I feel like you're coming through as a star, a gift, a blessing. Now the memory, I'm getting more so of newer connection, of newer person, or at least a new beginning or a new connection. But memory could be, gosh, oh my God, some of them might be like looking at your Facebook or Instagram and looking at like your pictures of the past or your posts in the past, and they're going through it. And I imagine them having a smile on their face, like they like what they see. So that came in strong. Also, it's like with loneliness, even though there's no TV or computer, it could like it could almost, and if you just look at it real quick, like someone's sitting in front of their computer. So I'm wondering if this person is, maybe not purposely gathering evidence, but like looking into you, and they're liking it. They're liking what they see, and they are, doing this maybe at work. I feel like their schedule is out of control, busy. And that also could have been preventing them from settling down. Okay. So, wow, what an interesting reading for you guys. Group 1, I want to see, as we close out your reading, your angel number, any synchronicities, any numbers that group 1 needs to pay attention to, Spirit, any messages, any advice. What do we need to see with this energy to bring it back to you guys? So, what do we need to see, Spirit? Okay. 111. Honesty. Bottom of the deck energy. And then we have 6666. Forgiveness. That could be for some of you where if this person messed things up or things didn't start off well, there could be justice being brought back in, but also that for you, a part of that justice is to releasing whatever hard feelings you had over it. Hi, Mooney. Hi, Mama. All right. And now we have 1001. Look at how it's mirrored. It says abundance, manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision, prosperity. 4 of Pentacles with this feeling of abundance. Gosh, I wonder if you guys work together. For some of you, that might be the case. For others of you, look out for 6s, 1s, or a combination of the 2. Also getting, the 16th of the month, the 11th of the month, the 1st of a month. Also feels like a beginning. Okay, guys. So this is where we're going to leave it. I hope this made sense. I hope you enjoyed today's messages. Let me know how that resonated with you in the comments if you can, or send a like my way. And hopefully I'll see you again. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And with that being said, hopefully I'll see you again. Bye, guys. Group 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose this rose and or the Enchanted Forhaxa, then you are at the right place. So let's get into it, because we're asking about their recent thoughts of you. This person you are thinking about, what are their most recent thoughts? Okay, that didn't work. This is a pretty big deck. Let me try to, and I don't have the biggest hands, so let's see if this works. Oopsie. Oh, okay. That wasn't that bad. So, to talk about this person that you're thinking about, remember that this is a timeless reading, so the messages should resonate regardless of whenever you come across. But we're getting their most recent thoughts about you, about this connection, anything at all that we could pick up on, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit, for always being here. Tuning into the energy. Okay, guys, let's get into it. So, this person you are thinking about, what are their most recent thoughts of you? Their thoughts of you recently. What are they? Okay. So, we're getting the 4 of water in the reversal, and the 4 of water is cups energy. Might have to cover this. Okay, Four of Water. So Four of Cups in the reversal. We're also getting the Eight of Fire in the reverse, which is fire is wands in this energy. So the Eight of Wands. We're getting the Elder of Fire, and the Elder is the King in this deck, not the Queen. It is the King. So we have the King of Wands. All right, let's make a little room. Let's get our last card, and then we're going to get our clarifiers. Spirit, what do we need to see? The recent thoughts of group 2. We have the Six of Air in the reverse, and that is Swords energy. We have, what is this? The Moon in the reversal. And the Moon is card number 18, Pisces energy. We have the Two of Earth, Two of Pentacles. Coming upright. Let's shift everything up a little bit. I want to make sure you guys could see the words, just in case you need to. We have the Four of Earth, Four of Pentacles. It's our last card, Spirit. And the Six of Water. Okay. I'm curious. Do you and this person have history with each other? We're getting Justice at the bottom of the deck energy and the Tower. And look at how this Tower looks like there's like a devil in the background. It's kind of airy. I don't remember this card. But the Tower is card number 16, Scorpio energy. Justice, card number 11, Libra, Page of Earth. Okay. I feel as though you and this person definitely have history. So if this is a newer person, this might not be your reading, because I'm getting, especially with the Six of Water, where this person does think of you in a very kind way. We're getting two sixes at the end. One in the reverse, reversed, reversal, however you want to say it. But it is the feeling as though this person doesn't want to walk away, or you and this person haven't been able to leave each other alone. This could feel like a cycle, or again, you and this person just having that history. Now, they are thinking about what it would be like if this were to end, and they're not feeling an ending, guys. They're not liking it. They don't want to walk away for whatever that means for you. But I do feel like they want to come in and create some sort of justice. You know, we're getting it at the bottom of the deck energy. We're kind of starting at this with the Tower. It feels as though this could be unexpected. It could feel as though things were kind of torn down between the both of you. If you and this person are in a current no contact, and that might not be for everyone. It could be for a few of you, but I feel as though this is kind of where the breakdown is. It was meant to happen in some way. I'm also getting with Justice, like you could see these swords in the background. Could feel like very heavy energy, a lot of thoughts or thought this person is putting in, wanting to make this balance. Like they don't want things to stay, they want to build and repair whatever it is that's tumbling down. In other words, they don't want whatever it is that tumbled down to stay there. So they are thinking about it. Their recent thoughts are, how are they going to create energy into fixing this or creating some sort of justice? And I do feel like they're building it, because with the Elder of Fire, which is the King of Wands, it feels as though there has been a creative spark that is taking a hold of this person you are thinking about. They are thinking about you with value. They might really, if you and this person have been physically intimate, They appreciate that. They have so much gratitude for the physical part of you and this person's connection. But if you haven't been physical, or if your physical what hasn't been great, then I think it's more so that they're passionate about you and value this connection more than they might be letting on. But it's building, like the fire hasn't burnt out when it comes to you, especially if there's been a long, past between the both of you. Now, this could also be like someone from your past that's coming back in. This could be someone that may have left and is now revisiting this. So it could be someone from childhood. It could be someone that brings, or thinks of you in a very nostalgic way. So I do feel as though the balance that they're thinking about is something to do with the decision. Now, this could be what's keeping them from moving or taking action currently. So if this person hasn't been taking action, or if there seems to be a standstill or a like a pause button has been pressed, and for those of you that are literally in no contact, that is the feeling as though this person is making that decision and is coming through with a different perspective. It feels as though there's change that this person wants to create between you and them. Funny enough, we're getting 8 of fire, which is the wands, and we have 8 limbs, 2 legs, 3 arms, 3 arms. So I'm wondering, like, if they are busy strategizing, this person might be really thinking about different ways to transform this, to create justice. And that could be where they are taking a moment. So are they thinking about you? Yes, they are thinking about you very heavily. We have the 4 of Cups in the reversal. If at one point they weren't taking or grasping the opportunity, they want to reveal something to you in some way, or they want to move forward in this opportunity. But it's not going to happen fast, but it might still be in an abrupt way. So, for example, it might take time for this person to take action, so it might come out of left field. I do feel like there's a little bit of fear involved too, where this person might have a little anxiety when it comes to even leaving you behind. So if it feels as though like there's been some sort of ending, it doesn't feel permanent to this person at all. Even if they're not moving in your direction right now. But I will say they are heavily in their mind, and they're trying to figure out a game plan. They're putting in a lot of work and effort into this. And until they figure something out, guys, it's going to be a standstill. Now, I don't think there's anything you could do to push this forward, this person into forward action. It has to be on this person to figure out how to make this creative spark exist out, in the 3D in a transformative way when it comes to you. It could be that they're thinking about it like it starts with them, that they're the ones that has to be more communicative when it comes to their emotions. All right, let me focus, because as I'm talking, I'm having a hard time shuffling. So let's get into your oracle. We're starting with the Truth Oracle. Let's give it one moment. Spirit, what do we need to see? Their thoughts, their most recent thoughts. I'm curious how this resonates or fits in with your person or with this person. So let's see what else. Encounter. Boy. I'm having a hard time multitasking right now. It could feel a little overwhelmed. So it could be what this person's experiencing. Okay, so we have encounter. Let's get the rest of our cards. Sorry. Wow, that's pretty aligned with justice coming through. In the reversal, but we're taking it upright. We got the forgotten person. Have you forgotten about them? That could be something that they're fearful of. Hope. But they have hope, guys. Unfinished business. Wow. This feels very aligned. Where do I begin? I feel like we kind of talked about all of this already. But to start, I want to start with those of you that are in a no contact, and this has been some sort of cycle, regardless of whatever connection you might, label this as. I feel where this person is regretting and really feeling like they owe you an apology. They want to make something right. Whatever happened in the past, whatever that might have looked like, because that is not really coming through as far as the details, but I could only imagine it could be where, with the Four of Water coming in the reverse, where this person just didn't take the opportunity when you were offering it. Now, if there has been some distance between the both of you, this person's fear and something that they might be thinking about is, have you forgotten them? Have you moved on? But there is a sliver of hope where, to go back to star energy, where this could feel where you are their wish. It says wish, expect, desire. I do feel like them in their wand energy, which feels like Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. And it might be some of them, but as far as their sign, but even if they're not one of those fire signs, it could be the feeling that they have, like the energetic, pull that they feel when they are thinking about you. And that could be what's helping them, figure out a game plan. I do feel though in the current moment, they are taking no action. I think because they are trying to figure it out. They might be thinking about having a meetup with you, an encounter of some kind. It might look like they're trying to plan something that doesn't feel obvious, something that's not so big, but at the same time they're like planning it down to the very fine detail. And I think it's because they're trying to get away from fear and anxiety by having a good game plan, but they still, they might still feel that fear coming through as, what if you are not going to accept them back in? Either way, they feel like this is incomplete, this is unfinished. And if it does feel like this person is walking away, that is not the case at all. So let's see what else with the place oracle, which has been interesting in this reading. What do we need to see, Spirit, with this person's recent thoughts? A place. Where are they thinking? What are they thinking? What's going on? Anything we need to see? Oh, more cards than I was wanting. All right, we got home. Okay, guys. Now I gotta use both hands. We got home, within the vehicle, workspace. Jeez, they're thinking about you the whole day. It's like their whole day, their whole routine, you're on their mind. We got arena, school, grassland. I feel as though you are constantly in their mind right now. So if there is a no contact, you might feel their energy pulling on yours, because if someone is literally thinking about you constantly throughout the course of a day, you could feel that energetically if you're tuned in. So now this could be specific. This person could be into sports. They might think of you at work, while they're driving, at home, but it could also have double meanings for some of you where you and this person might work together, or you might know that this person is a driver, or you and this person might live in the same apartment complex. So take these messages as it fits. This person could go to school, or you and this person, it could represent like they're learning a lot about you. They're learning a lot about how to fix this. That's what they're trying to like figure out. So that's the message I'm getting over here too. They could be trying to be in nature, walk in nature, and that could be where, and it's not that they want to excessively think about you, but I feel as though the more time that passes, the more pressure they feel because they don't want you to move on. And even if you and this person are in communication, but they're not making that move, that could also feel where they know they have to figure out something, to fix something. Let me know what that is. Or let us know if you can in the comments. If you're still here, let's get the rest of your messages. We got Pantha. What else could we see, Spirit, with their thoughts? What are they thinking about? They're thinking about you constantly, all day. It's overwhelming. And again, this might make sense for those of you that are in a no contact. You'd be surprised. So we have family coming in at the bottom of the deck energy. Gain is our new bottom. We have merit making. It feels like someone wanting to make things right. Coach, arena. Is this person some type of coach, teacher, something about school? Or again, going back to the idea of learning, figuring it out. We got disturbance. That could be their overwhelming thoughts that are creeping in even when they don't want them to be there. Also, mask. They might be putting a mask on, especially if they're thinking about you constantly. If they're at work and they're supposed to be in a middle of a business meeting, for example, they may have to like wear a mask, even just to get through the day. Also, they could feel overwhelmed. I'm just getting that feeling of, them feeling a little empty without you, a little lost without you, especially for those of you that have that history. Like they don't like being without your energy. And gosh, I almost spoke in first person, but it's like they're saying, I know it should be me to move forward, and I'm sorry I'm taking so long, because they don't like it either. They don't like this distance. But I feel as though, they're trying to think of a way to fix it. And it could be on them, guys. You can't tell them what to do. It has to be them coming to some sort of, aligned action toward you and this connection. And I do feel like it's going to happen. Now, whether or not you allow this person back in, whether they're sorry is good enough for you, that's the unknown. You might already know your own answer. So with that being said, let's get your final messages before we close out your reading. Our angel numbers. What numbers do you need to look out for? Spirit, what numbers do we need to see for group 2? Any synchronicities or anything that they should keep an eye on? Any messages we need to see? Any advice? Let's get 2. Bottom of the deck, 555, compassion. That could be towards self. That could be toward others. That could be for this person, depending on where you're at. We got 8s, 8888. It's feeling like transformation. It says forward movement. It's feeling like action too. So Spirit might be coming in to say to not hold back in your own life, even for those of you that are in a separation or no contact, for you to figure out what forward action you want to take in your own realm, in your own world, in your own 3D, with or without this person. Now we're also getting 1414, 1414. So you might be seeing these combinations of numbers, or this could be a synchronicity for some of you, or an indicator when this person might be coming forward. You could take it as a sign or ask spirit to for these numbers to be a sign, but that's up to you. So we have difference, intelligence, dynamics, making a difference, failures, personal, spiritual development. You and this person may have had a lot of differences, and I think spirit is coming in to say that there is change, transformation taking place where you and or this person are evolving. You might be evolving at a faster rate. You might be taking forward movement in your own life already. And this person might be in a feeling of complacency or was in that energy, but is ready to make a move, but still in a current moment of still like analyzing and planning it out. So it does feel like it's gonna come in sooner rather than later. Sorry guys, I'm like tripping over my words. So with that being said, we're gonna leave your reading here. I hope these messages resonated. I hope they helped you in this connection or this situation in some way. Let me know if it did. I love you guys so much. Send a like or subscribe. That goes a long way, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye guys. Hey everyone, and welcome to your reading today. If you chose this black feather and or the Lord of the Rings tarot deck, then you're at the right place. And we are asking about this person you are currently thinking about. What is their most recent thoughts about you? What's going on in their energy when it comes to you? What are they thinking about for this connection? Wherever you might be with this person as far as your connection, or however you would label this connection, we're keeping it open. And again, we're just tuning into that specific energy of their most recent thoughts. What's going on, Spirit? Thank you so much for coming through, as always. Okay. Let's see, Spirit. What do we need to see? This person, group 3, is thinking about. What are their most recent thoughts about group 3? Okay, so we're getting the Magician in the reverse, and this is card number 1 falling in the reverse. It's our first major arcana. Let's see, what are they thinking about? This person, their most current recent thoughts. What do we need to see? Oh, ringing in my ear. 5 of Wands coming up. Okay. Have you guys been in a recent argument, fight? For some of you. What do we need to see, Spirit? We have the 2 of Cups, which is nice to see. First, I mean, depending on, what you want from this person, but getting strong ringing in my ear, though. The Moon in the reversal. So this is another major arcana, and this is card number 18. Pisces energy. So we got 2 major arcana and the 2 of Cups. What else do we need to see, Spirit? This person's most recent thoughts of group 3. Man. They might be thinking about you right now. Okay, so we have the Devil in the reverse and the Page of Cups coming up together. We have the Empress. Wow. Who is this person to you? Curious if we could get any indicators, but you should know. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Three of Rings. Not sure. Let's just double check. Okay, so it did want to come in the reverse. The Three of Rings is Pentacles in this deck. And now we're getting the Four of Rings at the bottom of the deck energy. This person is gaining a lot of clarity when it comes to you. Their most recent thoughts, it's almost as though there's an epiphany that like is shining on them. I do feel as though this person isn't confident enough or something they could be in fear. It could feel a little bit like anxiety. We have the Magician in the reverse. And the first the message I am getting, the imagery I'm getting is someone feeling a little dejected, like they're just not ready to move forward or to manifest this. Also, could be someone that is trying to manipulate the situation in some way, but I don't think that this person is doing that currently. I feel as if anything, they are just not knowing what tools to use or what resources to pull out in order to move in your direction. And this feels like a little bit of that past energy. I do feel as though this person has emotions for you. This could feel like a new beginning. It could feel as though you and this person are getting to know each other, but you might sense that this person might lack a little bit of confidence, or they might be a little nervous when it comes to you and your energy. I feel as though this person is falling deep for you fast. And it's feeling a little bit I'm wondering if this is mutual or one-sided, and I'm feeling like it's more mutual. You know, Two of Cups always feels mutual to me, but one-sided as far as is there even an indicator? Are they even showing you this? Like, what are they presenting to you? So I feel as though for some of you, this person could be in the shadows right now or not really revealing their intention or what they want. This person is working behind the scenes in some way, but if they are moving in your direction, it is feeling a little immature where they might be unsure of themselves. They also, with it coming through with the devil, could have worked through a lot of their past shadows, or it could be something that they're still working on. Like they're not as smooth as they could be because they just don't know how to be smooth. Or, gosh, what am I trying to say? It's like they might be making the wrong moves sometime because they might not know how to do things, you know? Like they feel a little like a fish out of water. Now, it could also be your energy that's creating that nervous juice that they are feeling. Now, at first I thought, did you and this person get into some sort of conflict or fight? But that might not be for everyone. Because now I'm getting another message of this could be this person's challenge. They're looking at you like the Empress, whether you're male or female, they could really be putting a lot of value into this connection, into how they view you and how they look at you. And I feel as though they might come into conflict. They might even think that there's competition, where because you are of such high standard and high clout of some degree, you might have a lot of suitors, you might have a lot of contenders. And this could all be in their head, but they do feel as though you are very beautiful. You are not that you are beautiful is in their head, but the idea of there being competition. But I do see them looking at you as someone that they do see as like the only one for them. You can make them feel nervous. You know, if they're falling in love. Okay, the biggest message I'm getting, and gosh, this is, I don't want to like mislead anything. So please make sure you're using discernment with this information. But, and if you know, you know, don't force it to fit. But I feel as though this person, and it could be mutual, literally is getting clarity on how they feel for you. That could indicate that they're falling in love. Now, this could feel uncomfortable for them. We are getting the moon in the reversal with the magician in the reverse. They could be very scared of this, especially if they are putting such value and looking at you as someone that is of such high standards, like top shelf. You know, the Empress is gorgeous, beautiful, handsome, a sight to be held, but they're also empowered, very abundant, very intelligent, you know, like the full package. And they could be looking at you like you're their divine counterpart, like you are a perfect match for them. And they could be falling really fast. Okay. Now, a lot of what they are feeling too is a disruption in their own, you know, independent life. We're getting 9 of Cups in the reverse. What's after this? The Knight of Rings. But it's like they're okay with releasing their independent life. So if you and this person are, gosh, like taking things to the next stage, if this is someone you're dating, or if you're just talking to this person or friends with this person, whatever it is between you and them, you might feel that this is deepening. This is of value at this point, and this is mutual. And also that perhaps things are getting a little bit more serious as this person might be graduating from a page to a knight. And knight is forward movement. It could represent slower movement because it's rings energy. And rings energy, which is earth, is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we got the 2 of Wands. But they do know what direction. They have made that decision. Wow, I'm curious where you are in this timeline. Are you already with this person? Have you met this person? For those of you that might be in a cycle with someone, what could be, you know, holding this person back is, again, their own self-worth in some way. Now, the 3 of Pentacles, that could feel a little bit like they are losing track or alignment of what moves to make. And again, if this person doesn't really know how to do this, like this could be the first time they're falling in love, or they may just really want to come through in a respectful, in the best foot forward type of way where they're overthinking and they might be like making those errors. But I think it's because they really, really have deep emotions for you. They want you to be happy. They could really be dreaming about you. You and this person could have some sort of deeper connection. Let's see what else. You know, 2 of Cups, that could be soulmate energy. The way this person views you. Let's move on to the Oracle. I want to see what other thoughts or what else we could see about their most recent thoughts. They're scaring themselves, that's for sure. Okay. Commitment. Bottom of the deck energy. And we got reconcile. Some of you might know this person. Some of you, this could be a fresh start, a new beginning, something that you never really started in the first place. But that might not be for everyone. Miss you. But that could be for some of you, where this person is ready to make that step into a committed forward movement, but they may just not know how to do it. Crown. Ooh. It's like you are their queen, king. They want to solidify this in some way. They want to crown this connection. And it does feel like they are thinking about commitment, guys. They do know the value of this connection. And whether they mess things up or if they're messing things up, whatever that might look like, they don't want this to end. So if there was a little bit of a moment or a fight or a disconnect, for those of you that are newly getting to know this person, this is not over for them. Oi, Cloud! Oi, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I had to press pause. One of my cats was on the screen. My window is open. Okay, so let's get into place. What can we see? Any synchronicity, Spirit? Or like, where are they thinking all these thoughts? Or any messages, anything we need to see? This deck is pretty interesting for a reading like this, I'm realizing. And I'm glad that I was intuitively guided to use this deck. So what do we need to see, Spirit, for group 3? This person's thoughts, their most recent thoughts. Whoa. All right, let's get bottom of the deck as well. Art exhibition. Some of them might be artists. Some of them might be viewing you as their muse. I'm getting that message. Again, with the Empress, they might really see you as someone that is a sight to be held. We have farm. Some of you, that could be significant. I don't typically get this card, but that could be a specific message for some of you, that for those of you that do live in like an agricultural area, a rural area. That's hard for me to say. What else do we got? Supermarket and train. I feel like a public place. Are you going to come across, did you guys meet in a public place? Is this dating? Or is this like them making mistakes? Like instead of like driving, they want you to take the L. Well, for the Chicagoans, it's the L. Or the subway or the, public trans. Or hey, on our next date, let's go grocery shopping together. No, that might not be for everyone. But yeah, I don't know. I feel as though this person could be thinking about you and even their day-to-day mundane things like going to the market or shopping or commuting, or even like if farm isn't like a specific message for you guys, especially for those of you that are in an urban area or even a suburb, is not a farm. But the idea of them being in a place of alone, somewhere where they could be alone. There might be animals that they're surrounded by, or you are surrounded by. They might be thinking about that. Sorry, my cats are going crazy around me. So you might hear some loud noises. That's them jumping on everything. Okay, well, let's move on. The last deck I wanted to use before we get into your final messages is the Pantha, because I love using this deck for thoughts, and I want to see like what else is coming up with specific thoughts. Their most recent thoughts of you, of this connection. What are they? Gosh, but they know it. And I'm wondering if you feel the same. Is this mutual? Two of Cups usually represents something mutual, but we are getting their thoughts. So this is through this person's perspective. So are you falling for this person as well? All right, let's give this one more shuffle. That's just me being curious. So feel free to let me know in the comments. But let's see, Spirit. What do we need to see? What are their most recent thoughts? Anything else? Anything else? Okay, not too much is coming through, but bottom of the deck energy, we have stubbornness. This could be this person or them thinking about you or this connection or something from the past where there's been ego that has gotten in the way. We have evidence, memories, natural disaster. Gosh, for some of you, you could have history with this person and it could still feel like a new connection because, if you and this person are starting this connection and actually trying to head toward a committed place. And again, if that's not currently what's happening, or, you know, this is what this person is thinking about, like how to shift this because they really do feel strongly about you. I'm wondering also if they are just like kind of keeping tabs on you in some way, whether you and this person are in communication or not. I feel as though, you know, that could be also them and lacking confidence, not really being their higher self. Because if they are, the jealous type, for example, or if they think you have many suitors because you are amazingly gorgeous and of course everyone's obsessed with you. And even if that is 100% true, this person, that could be one of their shadows that they might have to work on. And that could be something that they are aware of. The devil in the reverse could represent someone that is working through things and is healing things. So I'm curious, you know, if that's something that this person, or you might sense that this person is, you know, getting in their own head at times. I do feel as though that you and this person might have some really good memories or experiences already under your belt, regardless of how new this is. I do feel as though this could also represent them looking online at your past history, your posts, things, and it could feel as though, again, that they could be getting in their own head about it. But that's on them, guys. That has nothing to do with you. So be as brilliantly, expressive as much as you want, wherever you want, whether it's online or in real life. Like you are the Empress energy, man or woman, or whatever you might identify with. Um, remember that you are a sight to be held and you shouldn't dim to fit in or dim your light because this person has to work through those type of shadows. So that was just a message that's coming through. Natural disaster could also be like where they could be led if they don't get a hold of their thoughts. So let's get into your final messages. Your angel numbers, any synchronicities, any numbers that might resonate with you, group 3, or any numbers that you might start seeing if things become aligned, when things are more aligned, whether they are now or in the future with this person, with this connection, or any advice, spirit, whatever it is. What do we need to see? I wasn't planning to get that many cards, but I just kept going. So 505 at the bottom of the deck energy, finish line. So now, again, this could be like where you guys are so close. And even if there are missteps and things that are still kind of not perfect, I feel as though you are still going to get there. Okay? And sometimes it could take like a reset. 2002, that might mean something for some of you. Unconditional love. 2002, it feels mirroring as well. We got 444, affection. How this person is being affected emotionally, internally. And I feel like it's love. Gosh. I'm thinking of Jill Scott, like that song. For some of you might not know Jill Scott, but those of you that do, shout out to you that gets that knows that Good music, Jill Scott. So anyway, it could be love. And I feel like that's the feeling, the consequence, the cause and effect, but how it's affecting them. And it could also be affecting you. But that was a message I'm getting from them. All right. And now we got eights, communication. So for those of you that might not be communicating, there is going to be communication coming in. This person wants things to be different. They want that commitment. They want to lock it in. They want to lock in with you. But they just might not know how to do it, or they might be doing things wrong. So it's up to you how much grace to give this person. I do feel like there is going to be some heavy communication, but I think through all of this, the idea of unconditional love, where regardless of whatever mistakes, mishaps, or shadows that someone or both people might be working through, unconditional love comes with that feeling of no matter what, this person is always going to be for me. And I feel as though this person is starting to really trust that, even if they are at times, most times, allowing fear and anxiety to lead their actions or their thoughts. Either way, I'm curious where you are with this energy and how you feel about this person. If you can, let me or us know in the comments. And this is where we're going to leave your reading. I hope that this made sense. I hope you learned something about this person or this connection. Let me know if you did. Send a like or subscribe. That goes a long way. Hopefully I'll see you again. Bye guys.